All right, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. The album is out.
I know. Congratulations.
Thank
Super
you.
dope project, Bliss. What made you call it that?
It's kind of following the theme of like bliss is or ignorance is bliss. So, um, just moments throughout my life where I've had to learn, how I've had to grow. It's just like where I was at in that space, living in some ignorance that I had to learn the hard way, if that makes sense, and growing through that.
Now, how long have you been working on it?
I've been working on this album for the intro is like 6 years old, so over time I've been collecting and evolving songs for that long.
Why have you been sitting on it so long?
Man, I don't know. It's just like I've been doing so many sessions with these great artists that are making these insane albums, and I'm in the room with these producers and engineers. So just over the past few years, I've just been soaking up so much game and trying to learn and trying to level up my own sound. And I don't know. I didn't feel a need to rush it, and even with dropping EPs and singles and like the feature stuff I do too. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
I mean, even when I was in the studio with you, I think it was like earlier this year,
hmm
and I was listening to a lot of the songs, and then I had a chance to listen to this project, to Bliss, and you held back on me. A lot of it was new.
Yeah, man. There, a lot of stuff just comes like out of nowhere. Honestly, the inspiration strikes throughout the years, and even like sometimes I'll do a verse and a hook, and then years later, I'll do the second verse, or I'll meet another producer that can replace this sound or add some stuff. So it's more about just capturing the lyrical content and then building the songs over time like that.
That makes sense. The project itself is very diverse as far as like the different genres and sounds and flows and pockets that you incorporated. Was that done kind of intentionally?
Yeah, definitely. It's
Okay.
like it's just showing how like just the ADHD, and I get kind of bored with sticking to one sound for too long, or if it doesn't excite me, I have to switch things up. So on this project, I kind of want to just show all those different sides and just showcase all the different uh, genres and things I love, and yeah, all over the place with it.
Because you come from a musical family. I
hmm
know your mom kind of got you into rock. Your dad got you into like soul and blues and jazz. So that's still with you to some
Yeah,
sort of degree.
definitely.
Absolutely. How much of the project did you actually produce?
So I produce on quite a bit of them, even if it's like post production or like starting an idea, or I play guitar on a few of them. So I don't know how many exactly, probably like 6 or 7 I at least produced on some of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that usually the norm for you, or do you kind of do more, do less? Do you split
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's always different. Like there's not really a blueprint for it, but like learning Ableton and producing has helped me so much in a way that like I can load up a beat, or I can play some chords, record myself, and get the idea off, at
Mm.
least enough to bring other people in. Or if I get a beat that I like, but I want to change the transition, or I want to add a little something else, or bring in a guitar player and record them, stuff like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I had a chance to listen to the project. So, I want you to just give some backstories or talk about some of the tracks that stood out to me. So, the first one, I hope I pronounce it right, Ave Maria,
hmm
featuring Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like that song. How did that one come
Yeah.
together?
Man, that came around, I think it was about like 2019, close to 2020. And that just came from a space of like, I don't know what God is exactly. I'm looking for him. But I know that when I hear this opera song, Ave Maria, or I hear this prayer being sung, I know that that feels like God and it sounds like it to me. That's kind of where I was coming at with that song.
And you heard Ty Dolla $ign on it.
Yeah, well, Ty came on later. I had the song with an open verse, and he did one verse like a year before that, and then even like talking about how long it takes, maybe over a year later, I brought the song back to him like, oh, I think we're gonna drop it. And he's like, let me redo my verse. So he redid his whole verse, and that's the verse that's out now.
Wow.
So yeah. He killed that verse too. I was there with him too. He took it to the back with his engineer and knocked it out in like a couple hours. Crazy.
Sounds really good. Next one, Girl Next Door, kind of gave me a classic R&B type
Yeah.
vibe to it, like
Yeah.
that feel good 80s
hmm
R&B.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron Bowe. It was like produced on that one. It's like a sound we've been trying to work on and trying to develop for a while. He always says trap Phil Collins. That's what he's been trying to do. So like he's crazy with the 80s drums and the hard hitting sound. So yeah, he really knocked it out the park with that one.
Cool. Next one, Bliss, featuring Isaiah Rashad. You guys are kind of spitting on that one.
Yeah, that came. We started that track like at we did it like a camp at Mix Room Studios, and so we were making a bunch of songs. And this is one that Isaiah had already started when I walked in the room, and he was like, just try some shit on that. And then Cal did the beat, and Sonny did the beat. And, yeah, man, that one came together tight in person. Like, we did the hook in his verse. We've had that for like 2 years, and then I didn't do my verse and finish it with the post-production until like a year later.
Word.
Yeah.
Couple more. Believe featuring Doechii. It has a real nice vibe to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, Mike Hector. That one's different too. I was definitely inspired on that one by Zoo, his music, like the auto tune and the reverb over those house like type of dance beats. So yeah, I love that record. And Doechii, that was around the time she was first coming around the camp too, and No Hesitation just killed it. Yeah,
Definitely
and her verse even was like it was longer, but I split it up to where I like took a part of her verse and made it the outro and produced a new switch up for it too.
Oh, that's
so that's
dope.
how the post production works with that too.
That's dope. That's dope. Bless Her Heart featuring Blast, another really dope vibe.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Calais, Wyatt. That's one of the newer ones too, rather than being like 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, man, because me and Blast had that song on his project sometimes, so I've been waiting to just find that right one to get him on because I don't want to just send him anything. So I've been working towards like finding one that we could really kill, and I think those drums are like just as different as the other one we have out. So yeah,
y'all did that. And the last one, FOMO.
Really yeah, I love that one, man. Jacob Olofsson. That one's recent too. I did that one towards the end of last year, and I did that through Universal because I'm also signed as a writer to Universal, and they set me up in the room with this producer, Jacob. And yeah, man, All Life Since, killed it. It's kind of like, I put it in parentheses too, so it's F parentheses OMO, and the basis is like, I don't get FOMO. I'm on my own. It's okay. I don't have a fear of missing out. I'm okay by myself. That's where that song comes from.
Love it. Now, you also released an 8-minute short film with the project. Talk about that.
Yeah, man. That's something like we've always wanted to do. I've always been inspired by film and like even psycho thrillers and like how they're scored and stuff like that. And like where this music comes from, at least parts of it, is like even being in the headspace from Pandemic where everything kind of just feels like a horror movie. So it's just about, it's about finding that pocket visually that can match that music. So yeah, man, that's how we had to do it.
Did you direct it, executive produce it? Like how hands-on were you with the process?
So big shout out to Sammy. He directed it and wrote it, but I just had to give him ideas and what I wanted to do, and he kind of worked out the script. Musa found Sammy to him, and it was a team effort for sure. But shout out to Sammy. He killed it.
Shout out to Musa also.
Shout out to Moose, yep.
Now, we were talking earlier, you said you've been in the gym heavy because you're getting ready to tour.
Trying to, man.
What's that looking like?
It's good. A lot of Muay Thai training because I've been doing martial arts since I was a kid. Even like Muay Thai was like 7th, 8th grade.
Nice.
So I had taken a break when I first moved out here, so over the past couple years, I've been getting back into it. Denzel Curry's the one who invited me to the gym.
Have you doing drills? Have you gotten any to sparring and stuff?
Yeah, we're sparring. You you go in, you warm up, you partner up, and you do drills and train, and then you can spar after.
Okay.
And then we've been going to the gym in the evening just to lift as well.
I do martial arts also, and
Nice.
I've had some good sparring moments and some bad sparring moments.
Yeah.
You know, some good sparring moments, it's like, man, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting your stuff off and
Yeah.
you're evenly matched. I've had some bad ones where you're going up against a person that either doesn't really know what they're doing and they're swinging wildly. You don't want to hurt them. That's actually worse than fighting against somebody that knows what they're doing. Have you ever had like just a weird or just a bad sparring incident?
Maybe when I was younger, but honestly, the gyms I've been going to now, like Renzo and Left Hand, the coaches and everybody is so good. It's like the community there is so right. So if there's someone like that that's like sparring off ego or just wrong, they kind of don't even let them spar. You
Oh,
kind of
that's
have
good.
to like train for a while for the coaches to like clear you to spar even.
Do you feel like that helps you on the tour? Obviously, with conditioning.
Yeah,
But I
conditioning
think people
for sure.
take that for granted. The preparation that it takes to actually go into a tour, because you're doing this night in and night out and performing. You're on stage for
Yeah.
however long period of time you are.
And this is something that I've never even really experienced aside from Championship Tour, which was one where I just came out and did Love, but this is different because I'm going to be performing my own music. I'm putting together the whole set myself with my band. And Muay Thai has been, it's always been that thing where it's like that one thing that clears your mind of everything else, because kind of when you have the gloves on, you have a partner and you're running drills or you're sparring, you can't think about anything else. So it's a good palate cleanse, which I think it's crucial to have something like that.
Yeah, because you'll mess up the combo.
Yeah, exactly. You can't
Or
mess
you'll
up
get
the
hit.
Yeah. You literally have to completely focus on this one thing and be present. So
Nah,
I think
totally.
if you can find something like that, it's great.
So you've been doing this for a minute. What stage do you feel like you are in your life and with your music and stuff? I mean, how do you view your own evolution?
Man, the way I view my own evolution, I just feel like it's been a long time coming for my album to come. And I just feel like from here, I want to tour it. I want people to experience it. I want people to feel it. And then the next one, I'm going to take it up another notch.
So already thinking about the next one.
Yeah, already thinking about the next one. I think every year and that goes by, I learn more about music and what I want to do and different sounds to bring in and meet better producers and different instrumentalists. So, yeah, it's always going to be an evolution.
Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of people, I know myself, I found out about you off the Kendrick album, Damn, when you did your thing on Love, because that was probably one of my favorite songs off that project. I was like, who is this singing the hook?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, to see your evolution from then to now it's been incredible.
Yeah, it's interesting too because when that came out, I only had a couple of songs on SoundCloud. So like I was still learning how to even like record, how to what kind of beats I even like. So that's another part of like the time it took was just me learning and wanting to get it right.
Wow. So wait a minute. So let's go back to that situation. So how did that whole play come together where you were singing the hook on Love and you said you only had a couple songs out?
Yeah, it was mainly because Musa was managing me. So Musa's top son, and he was managing me for almost 2 years before he even brought me to TDE and like Dot and
how'd y'all connect?
camp.
Shout out to Musa again.
Shout out to Musa. I met him with Isaiah Rashad at a studio, and I was playing saxophone for Isaiah and playing some stuff with him. And Musa took my number as a saxophone player, and then we just followed up with each other, and eventually I played him some of my music and asked if he managed me, and he said he was down. So, yeah. But years later, Isaiah needed the hook for What's Wrong. So that's what really got me in the room with Dot, because Love isn't the first song I have with Dot. It was What's Wrong on Isaiah's project. So after Dot heard that, he hit Musa like, yo, bring him through the studio. And so, yeah, me and Teddy pulled up. We had the songs ready for him.
Wow. So, you know, that's a great story because you just never know what's going to be that thing that opens up that door for you.
Yeah.
And for you, it was playing the saxophone.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was easier for me to get into rooms with, because I was driving Jay Lewis. He produced a lot on this album, too. He was working on Trap Soul at the time. And I was giving him rides to the studio, bring my saxophone and just chill in the sessions with him. And it was a lot easier to get into rooms as a saxophone player than like a new artist trying to sit in your session and stuff like that. At this point, I'm just happy to be there in an environment and making music. So
sometimes it's just about getting in the room and then working it from there. Well, I'm super happy for you. Congratulations on the Bliss album. Finally out.
Appreciate it. Finally.
Yeah, man. Keep doing your thing, brother, and much success on the tour.